Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about finances and stepping into 2021. As you already know, we are in the month of November and we just hit the midway mark. But glory to God that we are all here and we are all okay. And if you are watching this video right now, that means that you are here as well. So welcome. First, what we're going to be diving into is, this is around the time that everyone starts thinking about what they are going to be doing that's new for 2021. I've been thinking about it all year long. I am a new mom as of last year, July 5th, and I realized that I have to start moving differently. And there are plenty of ways that we should be moving differently when new things take place and we find ourselves doing new things. But I'm going to, in this video, dive into one of the main ones, which is financial stability. Before kids, I was doing anything that I wanted to do. I had time to work multiple jobs if I needed to. And that's not me just working multiple jobs to make ends meet. That's me wanting to feed my luxurious taste. I was fine with the money I was making primarily, but then I was like, okay, you know what, I want to do extra things, so let me start working on these 7 streams of income. I had plenty of time to do that. I was going to work at midday, coming home in the middle of the night, those type of jobs, really good paying jobs. Not only that, I was able to afford to get an apartment within a month of working at that particular job that I'm having in mind. But with kids, all of that kind of starts to get a little bit more reconsidered, and you have to be a lot more tedious and strategic with the things that you are applying yourself to. So now with kids, I still have a luxurious taste, but I have to be more strategic about going about it. As you know, you don't have as much time to do a lot of the things that you used to do when you have kids, or let's just say if it's not a kid, some of you have pets, fur babies, as a lot of you like to call it, or you may have something else that's taking up your time that you did not have prior to this year or prior to any event that happens in your life. In my case, it is kids. I have twins. They are 15 months old, so I do not have that time to expend like I did before. So one of the things that I noticed tremendously that I had to cut back on and reevaluate was my financial spending. And I had to realize that, okay, you have to do something a little bit different this time around so that you can make sure that your gain is more than your loss. One of the things that I am dealing with, one of my challenges right now, is the daycare expenses.
Bruh.
Can somebody help me? Because goodness, daycare expenses are very luxurious apartments. I mean, you know, in the state of Texas, you can basically get a really nice apartment for the same price of daycare for twin infants. Which is, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I probably have like a better deal than some people that live in some areas of Texas, but at the same time, that is an expense that made me have to drop back on my luxurious spending until I am able to bring up my finances in a certain way that I would like to. Like I said, though there are more things that we like to work on before the new year comes in and your new year resolutions, there are things that you can start working on today that, so that January 1st comes, over the next 3 weeks, you can definitely, or I would say 5 weeks or so until January 1st gets here, you can definitely start to see a tremendous incline in your finances. So the first thing to do is to write down all of your expenses that you have, your major expenses. And that's not saying like Netflix or Hulu, because those are subscriptions that you can just stop, but things that are recurring that you have to make sure that you are staying on top of. You can write those in a planner, you can write those in a journal, you can write those basically anywhere that is accessible to you so that you can make sure that you are staying on top of that. Another thing that you would want to make sure that you are doing after writing down your expenses is categorizing them. Are these things that are long term? How many years do you have to pay this off? Is this something that you can research to, you know, figure out where you can alternate? So find an alternative to your energy supplier. If you are able to do that, cut down the cost of your energy. Sometimes some companies do go up in certain places for certain reasons, and you might want to make sure that you are on top of that so that you can maximize your negotiating experiences to see where you can alternate on those certain things that you are needing. Energy, water bills, different things like that. Well, your water is sometimes set in stone, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. Another thing, after writing those down, getting that all categorized, now you want to set your spending goal for the month. Figure out what you can spend, what you can do. For me, sometimes I still struggle with this because I get so proud of myself when it comes to doing things for my kids, and I still want them to have a great experience. However, with them, because it is mostly just me, I do want to make sure that I am giving them an experience, but in the future, to be honest, if you're financially stable now, they'll have more to enjoy in the future versus them just doing things now and having nothing in the future. You get what I'm saying. So that Birkin, I'm not gonna say Telfar because, you know, we ain't gonna touch on that. I'm working on it. I'm working on myself, sis. I'm working on it. But those are things that you can do financially, just become financially stable. And those are things that you can start today to make sure that January 1st, you still have a good kickstart on things that you can do. In the next coming videos, I think I'm going to do a series on what you can do to make sure that your next year doesn't be like your last. Stay tuned to the next couple of videos or so. We'll be diving more into that. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and if you want to join the conversation, please drop comments below. I do want to read the comments to see where your struggle is, or if you have any ideas, apps, channels, whatever books can read to dive into that. We love to see it, sis. Drop it, or bro, friend, partner, whatever you want to call it. See y'all. Bye. Battery's about to die.